It is being done by Labana Company. Now, the mills that were inspected, which are almost being completed, will process about 16 metric tons of rice per day. Per hour. 16 metric tons of rice per hour. What it means is that every grain of rice produced in KEBBI can be processed in less than 3 months. So, KEBBI farmers, the sky is no longer your limit. Please produce rice for Nigeria and end billions and billions that were pushing to Thailand, pushing to Canada to import rice. We want that money to come to KEBBI State. The second thing is, we have just completed the grain silos here in KEBBI. The grain silos will store about 100,000 metric tons of grains at a time. So you can see no matter what you produce in KEBBI, it cannot be wasted anymore because there is the storage, there is the processing, and we're also developing the marketing. So I think this synergy between the federal and state government in KEBBI State is now giving us the lead in the country for agricultural revolution in the north. And I want to call on all the state governments in the north to please come and take a look at what KEBBI has done in terms of supporting rice farmers. This is very, very significant. It's very, very good. Because what we want is for places to copy best practices from other places. And I think we're very happy with what we are seeing here. Now, the president has said by 2015, he will not give anybody the authority to import rice into Nigeria. No more rice importation. Which means that KEBBI farmers, you now have the whole Nigerian market of 167 million people behind you. So please, produce rice, produce rice, produce rice. We also saw the onion capacity of KEBBI. Onions. We discussed with the governor, we must look for market outside Nigeria, anywhere in the world, for onions from KEBBI and other states in the north. And we must also, in addition, create the enablement for processing onions into finished products to add value so that we can now export to supermarkets around the world from KEBBI. But these are all possibilities, and we'll work on them. Finally, Your Excellency, good governance is about security. Look, once you don't have security, you have failed. There is no question about it. Any state where there is no security, you can't say that there is good governance. And security is not possible until every state is doing the right thing. Security cannot come from the top. It must come from below. It must come from the village. It must come from the ward. It must come from the district. It must come from the local government. It must come from the state. What we have seen in KEBBI is that in spite of the challenges that have now become commonplace in all parts of this country, in KEBBI, there is an organic link between security agencies, the state government, down to the village level, down to the village head. And this is being done routinely. The ulama, the church, and don't forget that KEBBI is a multi-religious state. KEBBI is the only state in the northwest, really, where you have multiplicity of ethnic groups, you have multiplicity of religions here in KEBBI. And it's amazing. But in spite of these differences, you are living peacefully with one another. There is no infrastructure, there is no project we have seen in KEBBI that can be comparable to the peace that we have seen. Because this is the model that we believe is necessary for this north, for not just the north of the country, but for the rest of Nigeria. I believe honestly that security is the #1 duty of every state government. Because if your state is not secure, what else will you offer people, for God's sake? If you cannot guarantee the safety of your own indigents who voted for you, people who elected you to preside as a governor, as a local government chairman, as a councillor, what else will you do for them? Because you can be governor for 10 years, people will still have to go to farm to eat. People have to go to market. People have to go on their fishing. And once the environment is not conducive for them to do so, you have really condemned their life. Therefore, people of KEBBI, let me say that the scorecard we have seen here goes to the ordinary people of KEBBI State who have decided to embrace peace, And with that peace, KEBBI will return its destination for tourism. You can see more people, tourists will come to Argungu more than ever before. An international airport is already taking off. Understand by the end of August, the airport will be ready. So people will fly from here to anywhere in the world. So that is the point. KEBBI is therefore, in my opinion, putting the infrastructure down for its takeoff. What we want is for every state to do similarly. If we all do what is right,